And I've always been kind of hippie and holistic minded. I've always been into listening to like podcasts with functional doctors and reading food as medicine books and all the things. So that's kind of been my love for a long time. And doing massage school was kind of my foot in the door to start learning about that. And I would learn more and more, and it was so fascinating to me. So I love learning the hippie and holistic things. And Charlene told me about the patches, and she told me about them for a long time before I finally agreed to try them. I just sounded, even as hippie and holistic as I am, I just couldn't understand how they actually worked. And I was like, I don't understand this. I don't understand how a little sticker can actually do anything for you. So I was more interested in the longevity piece. Looking back now, I can see what things have been healed for me. I didn't think that I had many health issues. I was having kind of a flare of gallbladder symptoms. I had found out probably like 6 months or so, 8 months before I started using the patches that I was in menopause. And I had been struggling with that transition. Ladies, if you know, you know, like I was just like, what is going on with my body? Why am I gaining this weight? And I have this belly fat and I feel like I'm a crazy person, brain fog, joint pain. My hair was shedding so much, I thought I was going to go bald. I was really worried. I was like, I'm going to be bald if this keeps up. It just felt like, and I've worked out for many years, like 15 years. I've worked out every day and I pretty much eat healthier than anyone else I know. And I was like, why is this happening to me when I'm so proactive and so healthy every day? And it was just like, it was really hard. And one of the hardest things about it was feeling anxious. And I felt anxious like every day. And I was taking one or two different stress supplements almost every day because I would feel so anxious, and I hate, like, it's the worst feeling ever. You'll do anything to not feel that. So those things were kind of going on. The gallbladder, I think, was from the dropping estrogen in my body because I never had gallbladder issues before. I didn't eat in a way that earned that, but I was having lots of just like inflammation down my side, like upper back, kind of shoulder blade. I just didn't feel good a lot. And after I ate, I would feel really nauseous and sick, feel very full. I went to get an ultrasound, and my doctor was like, "Well, there's nothing. We don't see anything, but I don't think they can really see the inflammation on there." So I was just having a lot of issues with that, and that had been going on for probably close to a year. And when I started the patches, um, I wasn't sure. I didn't even think that would help with gallbladder or hormones. So some of the first things I noticed in the first probably 2, 3 weeks was sleeping better, because that was another thing with the menopause, sleep disruptions. I had to take a sleep supplement for like 5 years because if I didn't, I would be waking up multiple times a night. I would have a hard time falling asleep. So one of the first things that I noticed was I was sleeping really hard to where you're having like those super crazy intense dreams. And I'm like, man, I'm sleeping good. So that was one of the first things that I noticed. And my skin was looking brighter. And I'm somebody I do a lot of social media stuff. So I would see, like, I would talk on my stories and I'd be like, is this just my imagination that my skin is looking better? But finally, I did little before and after pictures, and it was not. And my hair started getting less white. I have very long, it's all the way to the bottom. I have silver all through my hair, which I think is really pretty. And mine's in the front. So I didn't necessarily want to lose it, but it's not nearly as stark white as it was. It's kind of like, it's like a subtle, like, what did you have done to your hair type thing. Um, but one of the big things that I noticed at first, like, I started the patches in, I think, late February. And right after that, I made a consult with an acupuncturist because I was going to start getting acupuncture for my gallbladder. So I went and saw her and told her that's what my main reason was. And I didn't have my first appointment for a month or 6 weeks. And when I came back, she was like, how's your gallbladder? And I was like, come to think about it, I was like, it's been quite a bit better. Um, so that was one of the first big things that I noticed. And to now, fast forward, because I've been just doing the patches a year. Now my gallbladder, like, the only time it bothers me is like if I eat a bunch of, which I don't really like, eat a bunch of sugar or eat too much sugar, I'll feel a little, just notice it's there. Like at Christmas time, if I was snacking too much on cookies or something. But it doesn't bother me. We just went through as a family a really stressful time with a family member in the hospital and later passing away. And I was the person that was the contact for the hospital and getting multiple phone calls a day with social workers, doctors, nurses, family members, and communicating all this. And I absolutely feel that the patches kept me much more calm than I would have been in the past, because I have typically not been a calm person. I've been a very like, ah, like worst case scenario freak out about things because that was what was modeled for me when I was young. Um, so I feel like that's not the way I wanted to test them out, but I definitely feel like they helped for sure with that. Um, and even like the gallbladder stuff didn't bother me during that. I was expecting, because when you have a lot of stress, it didn't bother me. So I feel like I navigated that much better. The joint pain has been so much better. Like the hormonal symptoms have been way more balanced. That took a while, took a few months to really notice, because I would notice like the brain fog at first kind of wasn't as bad. Because I would think, am I getting dementia? Because I would be like, I can't remember this word that I should be able to think of. And it was frustrating and it's scary. So that really hasn't been happening, and only if I haven't had enough sleep, like when I work, because I work really late. Um, so just lots of different things. Like the hormonal symptoms is not something I thought would be benefited at all. I'm not currently on any BHRT. I'm open to it in the future if I feel like I need it, but I currently feel like I'm managing things very well with lifestyle, and the patches have helped tremendously. A lot of the belly fat has dissipated quite a bit. So that was really nice. I was pleasantly surprised with that.
Thank you for watching. And to learn more about this amazing technology, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.